Hey True Believers, Englentine here with another True Believer video. This time it's for Mr. E2099. If you've been watching the live streams, he's been a guest on a couple of them in the last few months, or last month or so. So go on over to his channel, subscribe, help him out. He's at 40. Let's get the guy up to 1,000. Come on, let's get everybody up to 1,000 in this community. That's what YouTube's saying, you know, well, you can't monetize, you can't do it until, yes, we need to help each other out. So if you like what you see here, go on to his channel. Links in the description below. Enjoy.
Hello, everyone. This is Mr. E2099, the Wandering Stranger. And first I'm going to talk to you about the cancellation of Super Sons. This is a title that I really enjoy, and I'm really sad to see it go. I actually tweeted at Peter J. Tomasi, the writer, and he said that it would return in some form, and I've heard rumors that it's going to be added to DC Comics' young adult series of books, and I'm glad that it's not completely ending, but the only thing I'm concerned about is the drop of quality, whether or not Tomasi and Jimenez are going to continue writing it, because they make such an amazing team with this book. The writing and the art, they go together very well. The characters work together really well. This book is continuing in some form, but I'm worried about the quality of it when it gets moved over to the young adults titles. Now, on to the main topic of today's video. DC's New Age of Heroes. Now, I've read all the New Age of Heroes books that have come out so far. Red Damage #1, Silencer #1, and Sideways #1. And now Damage #2 has come out. And I have to say, so far, I have not read a single bad issue from this New Age of Heroes line. Sideways, Silencer, those are both very entertaining. I know that people were calling Silencer's husband a loser because that he was home cooking dinner, but you know, he was only cooking dinner because she did not get back in time to cook dinner. You know, he works, he has his wife taking care of the kid. His wife was the one who was supposed to make dinner. And, you know, based on the way that she grabbed his butt, she apparently is still very attracted to him. So, I don't, this guy seems to have it going, seems to have things figured out. So, yeah, I don't really see how people can call him a cuck or a loser based on that. But anyway, on to Damage #2, where he goes up against Suicide Squad, which in this book is called Task Force XL. Don't know why they added the L to the end of that. I haven't been reading Suicide Squad lately. But yeah, it starts out with a flashback to Damage's first mission. He's up against these militia guys that are threatening the world with a nuclear weapon. So, you know, the army sends Damage in there, and he just starts wrecking everything. Like, these guys with their guns and their tanks, they don't stand a chance. But we find out that this is actually a dream sequence, and he wakes up, and he's in this homeless shelter. Some guys found him passed out on the street, so they brought him in, gave him some clothes. He leaves, meets this woman, borrows her phone to try to contact his parents, which, you know, if you've watched TV about somebody on the run, you always know that contacting your family is a bad idea, but, you know, he's in a messed up situation. Clearly wasn't thinking clearly, just wanted to make sure that his folks knew he was okay. But they traced that call, and they sent the Suicide Squad in to, you know, take him down. Apparently Amanda Waller wants him to join her Suicide Squad. So, yeah, Deadshot shows up, points a gun in his face, and then from behind him, through a brick wall, Parasite comes in, starts absorbing energy. But when he starts to transform into Damage, it's too much energy for Parasite to absorb. And that brings me to a question I've been having. What happened to turn him into Damage? I mean, I know they performed some kind of procedure on him, but we don't know what that procedure was. I'm kind of curious about finding out how exactly he became this monster. We know what happened to Bruce Banner, and that the Hulk is fueled by gamma radiation. We don't know what fuels damage, what kind of energy is coursing through him. So that's something I'm really interested in figuring out as the series goes on. Also, Damage talks to, I believe his name is Ethan, and Damage talks to him. Now, I've seen Hulk and Bruce Banner converse, but not really in this type of way, where he can hear Damage's voice even though he's trying to shut it out. I kind of get the feeling that these are two separate beings that were kind of forced together. I don't get the sense that Damage is actually a part of Ethan. So maybe it was a creature that they found and found a way to fuse the two of them together and only allow Damage to come out for 1 hour at a time. I don't know. That's just the theory I'm going out with right now. So anyway, Giganta shows up, grabs Damage, tries to hold him in her hand. That doesn't go well. He busts out of her hand. She starts shrinking down because she's losing, she said, 2 gallons of blood every second. So she shrinks down to bandage her hand. Then Harley Quinn comes up, smashes him over the head with a hammer. Of course, that does nothing. And then they have Solomon Grundy and this other guy who I don't recognize, but I think he might be connected to the Red, because it looked like he channeled like a bear to attack. He covered himself in this aura that looked like a bear, and he attacked Damage, hit him a bit away, but it didn't really seem to do any damage. And then he, uses that guy as like a bludgeon instrument and just clocks Solomon Grundy, knocks him out. So the only 2 people left standing, I think, are Harley Quinn and Deadshot. That's not going to do anything to him. While Damage is doing all of this, the voice of Ethan, you can see him talking to him, try to convince him to get away, because he knows that once he powers down, he's going to be vulnerable, and that they're probably waiting for that to happen so that they can catch him. And the book ends with him still facing down the Suicide Squad. No, wait. Actually, that's not how the book ends. The book ends with Wonder Woman actually coming in to take on Damage. So, yeah, him versus Wonder Woman is actually something I'd really like to see. Be interesting to see how her lasso of truth affects him, given that it's essentially 2 separate personalities in one's body. But yeah, looking forward to the next issue. And I'm also really looking forward to the next series of the DC New Age of Heroes that's going to come out. And that is The Terrifics. Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Plastic Man, and Phantom Girl. And from what I've seen, this is going to be a book about superpowered adventurers, kind of like the Fantastic Four. And they're going to be exploring the Dark Multiverse. And based on what we've seen from the preview, when the book begins, Plastic Man is still in his egg that was shown in Dark Knight's Metal. And they're using Metamorpho for some kind of experiment. We didn't see Phantom Girl in the preview, but we're looking forward to this. I'm also looking forward to the Immortal Man and the Curse of Brimstone. But there's just a lot of good titles coming out from DC, and I'm really interested to see what they bring to the DC universe and how they're going to interact with the classic heroes that we've known for a long time. Alright, everybody, this has been Mr. E2099. If you like this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on Twitter, and I will see you all later.
So there you go. That's Mr. E2099 and his opinions on Damage and what's going on with the Super Sons. So what do you think? Let him know. You put comments down here. Also, go on over to his channel and subscribe. Check him out. Check out what he's got to give there. Also, I'd like to thank you for joining here. So if you like the videos you see around these parts, please click like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. And don't forget to go on over to Patreon. Links in the description below, and you might win one of these Batman Illustrated by Neil Adams Volume 2 graphic novels at a $50 cover price. It's brand new, still wrapped up, and it's a beautiful book. I've been reading mine. A lot of fun, a lot of old stories there. Great period of comic books history, in my opinion. And we also have other tiers as well, so go check that out, see if it's to your liking. And yeah, like I said, just $1 gets you in the run for the graphic novel, and there are other things as well. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.